Hello guys, welcome back to the quantity surveying workshop, and in today's video in the series for taking off for substructural works, we are going to be talking about adjustment for openings. Now in the previous video we calculated for the block work, and in this block work we used the girth and the height of the building because block work is measured in meters square. Now we calculated that block work with the notion that it was totally enclosed without openings for doors and windows. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be adjusting the block work we've calculated in such a way that we will be deducting some spaces in the block work that will fit our doors and our windows. So these are the measurements of the doors and windows we have in our plan. Now door 1 is 1200 by 2100, dot 2 is 900 by 2100, window 1 is 1200 by 1200, and window 2 is 600 by what? 600. Now to calculate for to calculate for the adjustment for openings, all you just need to do is to know the dimensions of the doors and windows that are in the plan and how many of those doors do you have in that particular plan. Now, so this is how it goes. You will write deduct number 1, door 1, and the dimension of door 1 is what? 1200 by what? 2100. So we book in meters 1.20 by 2.10. How many times do we have door 1 in the plan? You will check. The only door 1 we have here is the door for the entrance. That is the only door 1 we have in the plan. So we have only one door 1. Then we close. Since it's only one door 1, we can book it like this. Then we go to our what? Door 2. The dimension of our door 2 is 900 by 2100, which is 0.90 by what? 2.10, and then we close. How many door 2s do we have in this plan? We check our plan now and count how many door 2s are in this plan. Now let's count. This is door 2, that's 1. This is another one, 2. This is another one, 3. This is another one, 4. This is another one, 5. This one, 6. This one, 7. This one, 8. This one, 9. And this one, 10. Let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So there are 10 door 2s in this plan. So because of there are 10, all you just need to do now is to multiply this booking by what? 10. It will cater for the 10 doors of this with this dimension. So the next thing we're going to be deducting the windows. Now we have two kind of windows in this plan: the windows for the normal space and the windows for the toilet space. So we have both window 1 and what? Window 2. So we're going to be deducting, or we're going to be booking for window 1. And we know that the dimension of our window 1 is 1200 by 1200. So we book 1.20 by 1.20, and then we close. Now, how many window 1s do we have in our plan? We will count. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. there are 9 window 1s in this plan. So we come here and we'll times it by what? 9. Then we move to the next window, which is window 2 for the toilet. Now the dimension of our window 2 is 600 by 600, so we book 0.60 by 0.60 and then we close. Now how many window 2s do we have in this plan? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 window 2s in this plan. Okay, sorry, 5. Let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one here, 5. There are 5 window 2s in this plan. So we will times it by what? 5. Now doing this, you've adjusted for your door and window openings. However, these door and window openings are covered on top by what we call lintels. So we have to deduct for this space here for the lintel, because you know that everything is covered by block. So we want to deduct for the door, which we have already done, and the windows. Then we're going to also deduct for this space here to cater for the lintel. How do we do that? Now to do that, all we need to know is the dimension for our door. That's this dimension for our door, and then we're going to be adding a space, or an overhang rather. It's called an overhang. We're going to be adding overhang to both sides so that the lintel can sit properly on the top of the door or window opening. So all we just need to do is to find for the dimension of the width of the door, and then we add our overhang. To calculate for our lintel openings, we have to assume the dimension of the overhang. Now some people use 100, some people use 50, but in this video I am going to be using 50 as our overhang. Now I said that lintels are found on openings, and in this dimension, in this floor plan, the openings we have in this floor plan are the openings for the door, the window, and this beam opening around the lobby and the porch. So we're going to be catering for this also, because there will be a lintel here, there will be a lintel here, and there will also be lintels on the doors and windows. So we're going to be calculating for them. Now to calculate for the lintel for door 1, we need to know the dimension of our door 1, and the dimension of our door 1, the dimension of our door 1 is 1200 by 21. It means that the dimension from here is 1200, and the dimension for the height is 2100. In this case, all we're going to be needing is the dimension for the width, which is 1200. So we are going to be booking that the width of the door is 1200. Then if the width is 1200, we are going to be adding what? Overhang. Now add overhang to both sides, so it's going to be 2 by what? 50, which will give me what? 100, and then the total is 1300. So now to measure for the lintel openings, it is measured in meters square, and the dimensions we are going to be needing are the length of the lintel, which is what we've calculated now, and the height of the lintel, which is what? 225. The length of the lintel is what we've calculated now as 1300. Then the height of the lintel, which is here, and the height would be what? 225. So we are going to be booking for door 1 as 1.30 by 0.23, and then we close. How many dot ones do we have in the plan? 1. Now we move to what? Dot 2. Now the dimension of our dot 2 is 900 by 2100. Hence the width of the door is 900. So we're going to be adding overhang to both sides. Then we're going to be booking what we get by what? 225. So dot 2, the width is equal to what? 900. So we add overhang. That's 2 by what? 50, which will be equals to what? 100. When you add them together, it will give me what? 1000. So now we're going to be booking for dot 2 as 1.00 by what? 0.23. Then we close. Now how many dot 2s do we have in this plan? The number of dot 2s we have in the plan is 10. So we're going to be multiplying it by what? 10. Because these lintels are going to be found on the 10 doors that are on this plan. That is why we're multiplying it by what? 10. After we're done for the doors, we are going to be going to the window. Now we will start with window 1. And the dimension for window 1 is 1200 by 1200. So all we're needing is the width, which is 1200. So we will add what? Overhang. That's 2 by what? 50, which will give me what? 100. So it will give it, the total will be 1300. So we book 1.30 by 0.23, and then we close. How many window 1s do we have in the plan? 9. So we times it by what? 9, because these lintels are going to be present on the 9 windows. Then we go to the next window, which is the windows at the toilet, which is window 2. And we know the dimension of window 2 is 600 by what? 600. What we're going to be needing is the width, 600. So we add what? Overhang. That's 2 by 50, which will be equals to what? 100. When I add them together, it will give me what? 700. So you book 0.70 by 0.23, and then you close. Now we have done for the lintel openings for the doors and the windows. Now we need to cater for this opening at the porch and the opening at the lobby. We've not yet deducted them, and we've also not deducted for its lintel. So we're going to be deducting the space at this porch, and we're going to be deducting the space at this lobby. Assuming I had an elevation, it would have been easy for you to like get a pictorial view of how this opening looks like. Let me see if I can just make a caricature on this thing here. Now please pardon my drawing, I'm just trying to do this so that you can easily understand. Now if you notice, there's an opening at this side. We're going to be deducting this opening here because we assumed that the blockwork covered this entire space. So we're going to be deducting this opening, and we're also going to be deducting for the lintel at this place. So how do we do that? We will assume that the height of this opening, that's from here to here, is 2,400. That's what we're going to be assuming, that the height of this opening is 2,400, and we already know our length in the plan as 5,525. So now we are going to be deducting, let's say deducting other openings. Now the first one is the porch, and the length of the porch is 5,525. So we book 5.53, and what is the height of the porch? We assume this to be 2,400, which will give me 2.40, and then we close. Now the next one we're going to be booking for is the opening at the lobby. The opening here at this lobby. Now this opening is what will give you access to toilet 1 and this opening is what will give you access to the lobby and to other rooms at that area. So there's an opening at this side, and to get the dimension for this opening, to get that, we already know the dimension for toilet 2 is 1.2, and the dimension for toilet 1 is 1,200, and this block thickness is 225. So we're going to be adding them together to get the dimension from here to here. So we'll say 1,200 times 2 plus 225 will give me 2,625. So the dimension from here to here is 2,625. So we will book for the lobby. So the lobby will be 2,000, that's 2.63 by the height. Assume the height is 2,400, that's 2.40, and then you close. Now when you've done this, we're also going to book for the deduction for the lintels at that area. So write deduction of lintels. At porch and lobby. So we're going to start by doing the deduction for the lintels at the porch and lobby. So how do we do that? We know that the width of our porch is 5,525. So we're going to use width is equal to 5,525. Then we're going to add overhang, which is 2 by 50, that's 100. When you add them together, you get 5,625. Then you book 5,625 in meters, so give me 5.63 by 0.23, and then you close. Then when you are done with the porch, you go to the lobby, and the width of our lobby is 2,625. Then we add overhang. That's 2 by 50, which will give me 100. Then the total will be 2,725. So you convert it to meter, that's 2.73 by 0.23, and then you close. So doing all this, you've measured for the deduction of your door and window openings and your lintel openings. I hope you had adequate information from this video, and if you did, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel because it helps the channel grow. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.